imagine how dejected I would be if I didn't have somebody sitting here going, well, this is what I did, and I just made $11,000, so keep going.
Yeah. Well, so far in the first 5 days, I'm... do you want to know what my profit is the first 5 days?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even figure out my profit. I think I sold all the damn printers, but you're walking me through it, and I'm like, why don't they just have a thing that says, here's your sales, here's what you're getting? It's so stupid.
That's why I use Inventory Lab. So for the first 5 days, the profit's $2,000.
You suck. You should drive Lyft instead.
No. Not
Lyft
a good
and
use.
A little DoorDash.
Not a good use of my time.
All right.
You ready?
In 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were already going.
Well, I'm recording, but this isn't the official start. I always
once the red light comes on, I just have to know that it could end up in the video.
Well, that's absolutely true. All right, well, we can make that the beginning, and this is Stephen Damon with the Penny Stupid Podcast. Today, the first question I have for you, Damon, while we're going to talk about Amazon FBA, I just want to make sure, your dog okay? Did you get the poop situation taken care of from last time, or you okay?
The poop is under control.
Okay, good.
Keep my door shut.
Because we had 2 videos involving poop, so you just need to close the door on that, literally.
Hey, we keep it real here.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about an Amazon FBA update. I have my notes here in front of me with Best Buy has some really good opportunities. All right, but everyone...
Wait, you have notes?
I have notes. But everyone seems to know that.
I have no notes.
And there's this one game I've been trying to snag, and I found it. It was in stock, Best Buy, put 25 in the cart, hit add to cart, gone. And my point is, that always does irritate me. But my point is that the longer you do this, the longer you source, the more you get to know your products. And when you come across something, there'll come a time where you will just know that is a good deal and I need to act on it. But in the early days, when you don't know that, the worst thing you can do is make an impulsive buy and get stuck with something that's a turd. For example, in the toys category, there are some that are exceptional. There are others that will go nowhere. You'll lose money on them. So this is getting going in Amazon FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, making money as a reseller. This is a process. And unfortunately, Damon, you have learned it is a frustrating process sometimes. You can yell at the computer, you can yell at the screen. It's not going to do you any good. Tell everyone about your recent experience.
Well, and I always keep going back to, if I didn't have you that blazed a trail for 4 months so I can kind of see what the end game, or, not the end, but what it can look like after a few months.
Yeah.
It's very, very frustrating. And I've got somebody helping me kind of figure this out, and I'm still frustrated. So I can only imagine what I would do if I was just kind of flying blind here. And so anyway, what happened was, about 5 days ago, I tried to log into my seller account. Mm-hmm. Sorry, can't log into your seller account. Something about, the statement says, in order to protect you, we have temporarily disabled your account. Please call customer support. Doesn't give a number or anything. It just says, please call customer support. So it leaves me to go search the internet to find some 800 number for Amazon. I'm sure there's 1,800,000 numbers.
Well, now that you're back
in, companies.
Now that you're back in, you should look around in Seller Central and see if there's a number you can call.
Oh, I've got the number saved in my phone now.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. Smart.
It wasn't very helpful to call that number, but that's the number I was supposed to call. So I went ahead and saved it. So anyway, I search around, I find a number, I call the number, I get a hold of somebody fairly easily. Mm-hmm. I explain I don't know what's going on. Of course I'm panicking. I've got these 6 printers. I've sold 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's something wrong. And now that there's 4 printers that they're going to not sell for me, or, I'm thinking the worst, right?
Yeah.
And so I get the customer support. What's going on? And they say, we can't tell you what's going on, but there's a department that you have to talk to. And I'm like, okay. And they said, that department will reach out to you via email in the next 48 hours. So be on the lookout for your emails. And that was it. That was all the information I could get. So I'm stuck. I'm dead in the water. Waiting. 3 days goes by. Nothing. Steve's like, dude, you got to call him back. You got to call him back. And I'm like,
you got to fight.
All right. I'm just trying to follow instructions. So I call back this, same number. I get the same spiel. Oh, there's a department that has to handle this. They'll be in touch within 48 hours. I explained, I appreciate that, but it's been 72 and I still haven't heard. Oh, we'll put a note. There's nothing they can do to help me so I get an email after the second phone call that basically says, we got thanks for the phone call. We are going to, send this information to the department in charge. Is what they called it. I don't know if this is like an old Russian spy movie or what. The department in charge is now on the case here. And it says, please do not try to open a new account. You'll receive further instructions within 48 hours. So I finally get an email. The best part is on a totally unrelated note. So I thought I went to log into Amazon Flex because I was looking at different blocks, seeing if I go do an Amazon Flex route because I'm driving around too, right?
Yeah, since you're locked out, why not?
I can't log into my Amazon Flex account either.
So whatever happened affected
linked
everything with you and Amazon.
Yeah, so I couldn't even drive, which I was like, I don't understand. Something with the printers I sent in. Maybe they think it's fraud, but that's the only item I've sent in thus far. I don't know, but now I can't even deliver packages. So the whole thing was weird. So I finally get an email and they say, well, the issue we're having is we can't verify your credit card because I used a credit card to make a recent purchase on Woot, right? Which is a
part of Amazon.
It's a website where they sell Amazon clearance stuff. Is that how you describe it?
Yes.
So Steve found some good deals on Woot. And he's like, oh, check it out. Do a search on Source Mogul. Found some products, bought $250 worth of stuff. Thought I was flying high. Paid for it with the same credit card I used for this Amazon FBA experiment. And they decided that they couldn't verify the owner of that credit card. Somehow. I don't know. I've been using that card for years.
I don't know.
So
I don't know how that happens.
So that's what the issue was they had an issue with that credit card. And because they weren't sure if I was the owner of that card when I made a purchase on Woot, they locked me out of Seller Central. They locked me out of Amazon Flex. Yep. I definitely wasn't getting my order on Woot. That was on hold. So that was like those time-sensitive deals I was trying to grab so I could flip. That was out. I couldn't even see the status of my print. I couldn't do anything. I was dead in the water as far as Amazon was concerned. So I'm having to piece this together. I get the email. It says, we need to verify ownership of this credit card. Please send us a statement that shows the last 4 digits of the credit card and the billing address.
All right, a credit card statement.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, fine. No problem. I get that email. I grab because I get everything, digital now. Yeah. So I log into my credit card, download it, send it in, easy peasy. They respond back fairly quickly within a few hours. Yeah. It says, we've received your information. Thank you. However, we still cannot verify your credit card ending in blah, 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 blah. Please send the exact same fucking shit I just sent them. Please send a credit card statement with the billing address and the last 4 digits.
Yeah.
And I was like, I responded back and I said, and I'm trying not to escalate my temper. I said, I don't understand. I just sent that information in. Please refer to my last email. Yeah. It's my credit card statement. And not only is it showed the last 4 digits in my billing statement, it also shows the 6 damn printers that I bought and sent in that you currently have for sale in my FBA account.
Yeah, and
this is my card.
Wasn't your Amazon professional seller charge on there too?
Yeah, everything, because I only used that card and all I was putting on there was the Amazon stuff, right? So the only charges on there were related to Amazon. So I send that back and send it off. And then I go, okay, least common denominator here. I should have reattached the statement again because they're not going to be smart enough to go to the previous email in the thread and look at it. So I sent another email, explained the thing again. And this time I added a caveat that says, please resolve this. I've reattached this. I've sent everything you're asked for. And I kind of fibbed a little bit. I said, this is causing a financial hardship. I'm trying to hey, from one worker to another, help me out, brother, or whatever. And I'm like, I can't even log into Amazon Flex. So I'm like, I can't even work. This is causing an extreme hardship. I can't, please fix this, And so a few hours later, I get a response back. Thank you for the information you sent in. However, we still are unable to verify your account. Please send a credit card statement with the billing address and the last 4 digits. So at this point, I had to do some woosahs, because I know if I start cussing in this email, I'm like, okay,
it's gonna go. Just think American Express.
Yeah,
right?
I started an email. I'm like, who the fuck? No. So I was like, no. You got to just be professional because this is gonna have to get escalated. And if they get pissed at me and they cut me off of all of Amazon, that's gonna be bad.
Right.
So I just like, okay, I'm very confused. Please have a human look at this statement that I've now attached for the 3rd time, and please very specifically tell me what you're not seeing that you need to see.
Yeah.
Because everything you're saying you need, I have provided multiple times. I don't know what else to do. This is causing me a financial hardship. Please resolve this ASAP. Sent that in. 10 minutes later, your account has been resolved. You can log in.
Well, I've got a similar story. So like 3 or 4 videos ago, I was talking about trying to get approved to sell HyperX. And I explained Amazon wants to see an official invoice. And it has to say invoice on it, and it has to have certain things on it. So when you buy products from HyperX, and they won't take an email receipt. They're very clear, no email receipts. So when you buy the products from HyperX, when you receive them, in the box is an invoice that says Hewlett-Packard on it, because Hewlett-Packard is the parent company of HyperX. And in my brand application to get approved, I included the Hewlett-Packard invoice. I included a press release showing that Hewlett-Packard owns HyperX. I contacted HyperX for an invoice that said HyperX on it. They could not provide that. And all I got back from Amazon every time was an email that said something like, we've reviewed your application. It doesn't meet our requirements. Please go read this link. Which it's very similar to your experience. So this morning I said, fuck it. I went back, I closed the previous application, I opened a new one, and this time, with the Hewlett-Packard invoice, I included the email receipt, which said HyperX, and it had the same sales number on both of them. And I said, please reference the 2 documents. It's the same sale. And within 30 seconds, I got back an email approved. So here's the big takeaway. It's very frustrating. Very.
But if you're trying to sell on Amazon, let me just help you stay in your lane, because this is hard for me. You need Amazon a hell of a lot more than Amazon needs you.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Amazon has plenty of people that can sell stuff for them. They don't give a shit about you as any individual person.
No.
So whatever happens, even if you have a little bit of a temper like me, you must restrain yourself and not go off. You just got to breathe. You just got to know it's going to be frustrating as all hell, but it can be very profitable for you if you're able to kind of stay in your lane and just navigate the maddening customer service that you're going to have to deal with. Steve, how long did that take you to get that HyperX deal? From the time you bought the headsets?
4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But I said in a previous video, if people go back, they will watch it. And I said, I am going to get this. I'm not giving up. I will get it.
Yeah. But you just have to be prepared for a very frustrating experience. It's all process, right? You just get some robot, low level customer service. If they don't see the exact boxes checked that they need to see checked and something's tweaked, I think that was an automated email I kept getting. Because I was just like, there's no way a real person could be looking at this, look at my statement, and then actually send me an email that says, please send a statement with the exact same things you just sent. It's like, it's got to be an automated response. Like I don't know what it was they weren't seeing, because I didn't send anything different. I just sent the same thing 3 times.
Right.
And then finally they said, like, literally, I didn't send a press release, nothing. It was just like, let me resend it. Finally, the third try, they're like, boop, magic. And now I could log in to Flex, and I could log into Woot again. Oh, which, by the way, they canceled my Woot order. Thank you very much. I had some great products that I found, some great deals.
There'll be more.
They couldn't, verify my ownership of my card. I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
What? It's a credit card. What do you mean you can't verify the ownership? I've never had that happen. But anyway,
I don't know.
So I got screwed. I was sidelined all week, and I couldn't buy anything. So now I'm finally yesterday back up and running. And since it's been a week, I forgot everything Steve taught me. So.
That's why we got to get you back in the game.
Back in the game, baby.
So I learned something.
Wait.
What? Mm-hmm.
We think I sold all 6 of my printers while I was sidelined. They were still selling them in the background.
Yeah.
And I say we think because, again, Amazon doesn't just say, oh, here, you sold these 6. Here's your money. I think it's showing that I've sold all 6, but it only shows 5 sales. But the amount of sales dollar value is all 6 of them at $4.45.
Yeah, we'll have to go back today and look at the data again. And you also learned that even though the problem is that when you sell your first batch, if you oftentimes a lot of that initial money gets held, what they say, in reserve. So they will hold that for 2 weeks until your next check, because any sales within 2 weeks of a check being issued are held for chargebacks and returns. So, you get all excited, you make some initial sales, and then you look at what they're going to send you, and it's going to be 0.
Well, like we always say, don't use FBA for rent money.
No,
it's not a rent money deal.
No.
If you're like, I need money by the 10th or I don't get evicted, this is not the deal for you. Go drive some Lyft or some DoorDash if you need rent money.
Yeah. Well, so we were talking before we started the podcast about risk. Now, Amazon, we're talking about these things. Amazon seems risky, that you wake up one morning, you get an email, your account is at risk of deactivation, or you can't get in anymore, or whatever it is. It feels very iffy and risky. But the reality is that there is no side hustle out there that doesn't have some degree of risk. As I said to Damon, you could be out there with Lyft or DoorDash or doing something like that, get blindsided by a truck. Every moment has some amount of risk. It's just about mitigating the dangers.
Well, with Elon dropping the prices on the Y by 12,000, as long as I can walk away from it, it wouldn't be that bad of a deal, because then I could get an insurance check and get a brand new one for less money.
That's true.
Frickin' Elon. Frickin' Elon, man. Is he going to pay my speeding ticket? If you haven't seen that video, the self-driving Tesla, which you forgot to put self-driving in the title. That was the whole point of the Tesla got the damn ticket, but I'm going to have to deal with it. So stay tuned, subscribe, see if Elon's going to pay for my speeding ticket that his car got me. I wasn't even driving it.
I'm not holding my breath on that one. But hey, listen, I was talking to an attorney friend of mine this past week. He's an intellectual property attorney, and he represents people that have had some issues with Amazon one way or another. And whether they have products that have been counterfeited or they're trying to sell on Amazon and run into issues. And I said to him, hey, when you contact Amazon to resolve one of your client's issues, what channel do you go through? And he said, Steve, I've been doing this for years. It doesn't matter if I call them or I write them or I send them certified mail. I always get the same response. No response. So even he is not getting a response. So, we can't be overly frustrated. But one of the things that he did tell me about was he had a client who Amazon accused him of selling counterfeit products. And there's not a good solution for this story. But what happens is if you're sending in common products, let's say those barbecue grill covers, and, they go into a warehouse and they all just get stacked in there somewhere. Someone comes and purchases a barbecue grill cover. And let's say some other seller sent in a counterfeit one. Well, when Amazon reaches into the bin, credits you for the sale, and sends it out, the issue that my friend's client has is, they sent out a cover that was counterfeit, but it wasn't his. So he's stuck trying to resolve.
So they're commingling products.
Yes, they're commingling products.
That'll never get resolved.
No. So, there's risk everywhere. I don't know what the answer to that is. The answer certainly isn't go and open multiple accounts, because as you discovered, Amazon has everything linked. I mean, if you're using different IP addresses, credit cards, names, or whatever, maybe. But it might just be that the answer is keep growing your account until you can get an account representative, or you can get your account health over a certain number. It's 250, and have some additional leniency. And what did I say last time?
They have like an Amazon score, kind of like a FICO score for Amazon sellers.
You have an account health score. Yeah.
And so 250 is kind of like the threshold.
250, you have to have a 250 score for more than 6 months, and then you get preferential treatment.
How do you find your score? How does somebody figure out what their score is?
If you go to Seller Central, one of those menu items in the left-hand side is account health.
I wonder what mine is.
I don't know. We'll look that up after the podcast. So commingling is a problem. Brand approval I talked about, and got to know your products. So for me, I'm just still grinding away, sourcing products, selling. I'm doing a little bit of everything, and my UPS person loves me.
No, she doesn't.
Well, it turns out that
Steve sent me a picture today of massive boxes on his porch that he had all done up and ready to go out. She does not love him.
Well, my UPS guy yesterday, we gave him cookies and a glass of water, and he relaxed on the front porch for a while we were getting boxes together. So he was very appreciative. The two
water?
people. Yeah, that's what he wanted.
Water?
Hey, that's what he wanted.
Oh, okay. I would have given him some Coors or something. Here's some banquets. Here's some banquets in the Stubbies, boy. I appreciate it. Don't drink them till after the shift, but here you go.
Yeah, no. So, all right. So what's your game plan for FBA today?
Well, my game plan is tell me where to find my score, because I think it'd help people. If I didn't know we had a score, so there's probably people of the three. We hit 311 subscribers, so of those 311, if one or two are trying to do Amazon FBA, they might not know where their credit score is. Let's find it.
Okay, let's see.
Behind the scenes.
Well, I'm looking in the same menu you're looking at. In the hamburger
but you know
menu.
Where crap is. I'm in the.
I don't know. I have it saved to the top of my account.
What's it called?
Okay, it's under performance. Account health.
I got some performance account health. Yeah.
Yeah, and then bookmark that.
Oh, well, you told me that too late. Enter your emergency contact number. There's an emergency with your printer. Click to add phone number. Do that later. Okay, it's under account health. 200. I'm almost there.
All right. Well, that's where we all start. 200.
Oh, basically, I'm at 0. I'm a noob. So
I'm at 204.
Thanks for raining on my parade. You're at 204.
Yeah.
So all this stuff that you've done, you've only moved up 4, and we got to get to 250.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
It is. It's a slog. I don't know what to tell you.
You told me.
It's just going to take a while.
So you just got to slog through it with shitty customer service for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically survival of the fittest. How bad do you want it? You know,
that's exactly right.
If you can plow through and get to 250, then you're committed, and they're willing to take the time to help you out because you're obviously a committed seller. So I get it. It makes sense. If you're some noob that bought a course and wants to clog up their, premium support, screw you. That's kind of their attitude about it.
Well, Damon, imagine if you had just bought a course and I wasn't around to help you. Would you call the people who sold you the course? Would they hold your hand? I can't imagine that going well.
How good is the course? Yeah. Course or no course. A course is just information. So whatever, it depends on how well it's laid out and, what it's teaching you. But to me, the most important thing is having, a teacher, some experience, somebody that can you face this problem. I too face that problem. Here's what I did to resolve that problem. And you can go, now stay calm. Don't cuss them out. Just keep sending emails. There's nothing you can do about it. It's their system. So you have to play within their ecosystem if you want to participate. And there's, no matter how frustrating it is, you have to play their game. That's it. So calm down, master the game.
Right.
And Steve, what'd you say your profit was? I don't know if you're going to include it in the first part of the video or not, but in the first 5 days of February, your profit is
$2,000.
$2,000. That's more than I make when I go drive DoorDash and Lyft. So. Yeah. It's worth the frustration, I guess.
Just stick with it. If anybody has any questions about FBA and you want to post them in the comments, I think we're watching the comments. I know that we check in.
We're watching the comments.
We check in on those, and kudos.
We only have 311 subscribers. Now's the time to get information out of us. Once we blow up next week and we got 1 million subscribers, we probably won't watch the comments as closely.
Like the video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, whatever else you need to do. Let YouTube know that you like our content, and we're here to help you. So, Damon, till next time, see ya.
Peace.
All right. Well, another one in the can.
Put it in the can, bitch.
Great.